What is going on, faithful? The 49ers have answered every single call. Not only are they dominating the Arizona Cardinals, but they are covering the spread, which is crazy. They had the largest spread heading into this week with 14 points. They're covering it. We just finished the 2-minute warning. We just scored a Brock Purdy quarterback conversion. I'm so excited because when we do these post-game shows, they fall under one of two categories: therapy or celebration. And all I can say is this. Number one, we have won, the 49ers have won nine consecutive divisional games and are dominating not only the NFC West, which is beautiful. They've won against two of the three teams. They're dominating the entire NFL. So we're going to get to your questions. We're going to get to your comments. Clayton, I'm so glad you're with me. Let's run this, man. The 49ers looked dominant the whole game, and I really feel like the score did not define what this game looked like. Like it was not as close as the score showed. Would you agree?
I agree. I absolutely agree, John. I mean, the Cardinals, they got lucky, honestly, to score 16 points. A couple fourth down conversions, really close fourth down conversions, John. And the 49ers, it never felt like they were panicking. They always felt in control. Another 30-point game with Brock Purdy at the helm. And let's just do it right now, John. Let's not bury the lead. Shout out to Christian McCaffrey. Oh my goodness.
You break Jerry Rice's consecutive touchdown record for the 49ers with not one, not two, not three, 4 touchdowns. He almost had 5. It's not even close. The best player on the field this entire game, I would say CMC 1. I'm going to say Dre Greenlaw 2. Brandon Ayuk 3. Trent Williams, that's probably my 4. Like, it was unbelievable what CMC keeps doing. And I just want to ask the chat, like, our streaming software does not show volume. So if I'm louder than Clayton, put in the chat right now. Clayton's louder, Clayton's too quiet, whatever. We want to make sure we adjust to you. I hate that it's like that, but to do this live streaming, it's just kind of what it is. But you look at the 49ers. Can we just, like, I really feel like the 49ers defense, we're going to spend some time talking about Brock Purdy, which was unbelievable. The 49ers offense, unbelievable. But the 49ers defense, I really feel like stood out this whole game. They come out, they force a 3-and-out to start the game. The Cardinals have been the best first-half offensive team in the NFL until they faced our defense. And you talk about the first 2 drives of the Cardinals, like offense, Dre Greenlaw. He was everywhere. 5-7 was all over the field. Tell me I'm not the only one that thought about that.
No, you're definitely not, John. I mean, overcoming an injury, just flying around, honestly doing his best Fred Warner impression, who was also very impressive today, but he was everywhere, John. And it showed up on the broadcast angle, and I'm sure it showed up at the stadium.
We felt it. And, you know, it's funny because I wore my Dre Greenlaw jersey last week. It was 1 week premature. That dude, I'm wearing my autographed Navarro Bowman jersey this week, so the linebackers are represented well. And I like to wear my, like, whites and blacks for the home games. I like to wear my reds on the road. But good Lord, he was just everywhere. Fred Warner, everywhere. But I'm not trying to dismiss what Brock Purdy did. At halftime, the 49ers had more touchdowns than third downs. That makes no sense. More touchdowns than third downs on the freaking, like, play clock. That makes no sense. It's just the effectiveness of what they were doing on first down, on second down. You didn't even need third down. And I don't know where the stat is right now, but there was a point about 10 minutes ago where Brock Purdy had one incompletion. It counted for 2 touchdowns, 1 incomplete pass, and we were at the 2-minute warning. And I feel like the Niners are still kind of doing their thing. So currently, they're up 35-16. Jonathan Gannon and his freaking Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse self. They're driving. They're at about the 10-yard line currently. Flag down. I don't know what the plan is. The funny thing is, if they kick a field goal, we make money based on our bets. But at the same time, I mean, the Niners are up 18 points. Hey, what's Brock Purdy's stat line currently, Clayton?
John, you are absolutely correct. Brock Purdy right now, provided he does not go back out on the field today, is 20 of 21. He had one miss, John, the entire game.
One.
That's insane. One. Count them. One. 95%.
Like, if you hit 70%, it's a really good day. If you hit 65%, like, all right, you did your job. That dude's at 95%. And there was never a moment where this felt like a game.
No.
You look at last week, the Cardinals, I don't want to say like blow out, but they controlled the game against the Cowboys, all that stuff. And I had all my Cowboys friends texting me, oh, look at this. Did they just drop this? Did they score the touchdown? What just happened right here? Zach Ertz dropped the touchdown pass. Ooh. That is huge here.
Bless.
For all of us spread voters. Looked like a tip pass, to be honest with you, but it went through Zach Ertz's hands. We wanted to go live because the music always gets loud. We're in the club seats right now, and I felt like this was a really good spot to record. But regardless of what happens right now, I don't know how much time's left on the game. My son's going to tell me. They're at the 14-yard line, just snapped the ball, throw it into the end zone, incomplete pass. There's like 7 seconds left. The Niners dominated this. There was never a point in today's game where the Cardinals felt like they could win at all. The 49ers were in control start to finish. Start to finish. 4-0 in the NFL. Do you know how hard that is?
Very difficult, John.
We're in a very strange territory right now, Clayton. So what I want to do, I want to turn it over to you. I want to see what the faithful are saying.
Absolutely.
Let's go through a couple comments. Let's highlight a couple of these. Let's talk about a couple of these. But the picture on the screen right now, the 49ers are up 18. They have the ball. They're about to nail it out. Cover the spread like I told you they would. And if you bet with us this week, we covered 49ers scoring first possession. CMC score first touchdown. Like, we covered so many bets. If you bet with us this week, you made money. Kyle Juszczyk didn't score. George Kittle didn't score. CMC got greedy. Let's go through some of these questions. Read them off first, Clayton.
Let's do it, John. And I got to say before we get to these questions, come check us out. We're on the 49ersrush.com. We got those bets every single week if you're with the Jerry Rice tier and above. And we're making money, John. We're cashing bets. But let's get to these comments. I got Flynn West here, and he's saying that Purdy has clearly shown that he's a top 10 quarterback. How much more does he need to do, John, to be considered a top 5 quarterback?
So, I want to celebrate our successes, but I also want to celebrate our failures. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys that's just like, oh, we get everything right. Because that's not true. I said Brock Purdy would turn the ball over finally this week. Didn't do it. Protected the ball, no interceptions, no fumbles lost. Shout out to Brock Purdy. Like, if you want to tell me 10 quarterbacks that throw a stronger ball, tighter spiral, whatever else, I'll agree with you. Because there's probably 20 quarterbacks in the NFL that throw a better ball than Brock Purdy. But there are not 10 quarterbacks better than Brock Purdy or that I would choose to have run my team than Brock Purdy. He has been stellar. One incomplete pass? One?
One.
Absolutely love it.
And even when we're losing with these bets, John, we're still winning because Brock Purdy didn't turn it over, and the Niners walk away with another win, just as you predicted earlier. Let's get to some more comments here. I've got David Mazzaro here. Thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel, David. He writes, our offense is finally better than our defense, John. We're scary good.
We didn't score 30 points, but it was almost by design. We hit 28-14.
16 to 35. 16 to 35. That's the final score.
There we go. We
Yeah,
did
we
hit
got
30
it.
points.
We're way.
My
yeah,
apologies.
we're 5-0.
We went live too early. So we've hit 30, 30, 30, 35. Good Lord. Like, what else do you want with a team? I don't know what's better, the fact that we score 30 points every week or that we just held a team to 16 points that, I don't know what their total score was against Dallas, but they ran the score up against Dallas. We are different than every other team in the NFC East, and it's not even close. You look at the Eagles, they barely won. They pulled out like a barely victory. That's not what the 49ers do. They had the largest spread of the entire NFL this week and covered.
Easily covered, John.
We're in rare territory right now. This defense, the offense is incredible. And I think the comment said that the offense is better than the defense. I'm going to say pump your brakes real quick. I do believe that this defense is blue chip, elite, above everything else, but that's okay. Let's go to the next question, Clayton.
Let's do it. It's from Grizz, who's also a YouTube subscriber. Guys, if you want to support the channel, this is the easiest way to do so. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Grizz, we appreciate you, my man. He writes that Brock Purdy threw to 8 different wide receivers. And, John, they mentioned this on the broadcast, too, when they were talking about Brock Purdy. They said something along the lines of, Brock was learning from Jimmy about how to get the ball to his receivers, but he was also sitting in the back of that room last year in the offensive film room, and he was watching the receivers who didn't get the ball. And he's made a concerted effort, John, to distribute the ball relatively evenly. Obviously, you've got McCaffrey, you've got Ayuk, who are doing their thing, and they really are making the offense run. And usually Debo, when he's on, is doing his thing. He's a little off today, but that's okay. But Brock is making it a point to distribute the ball. I think that's one of the things that is really helping him to succeed early on in this season. What are your thoughts?
I mean, you look at the second half, okay? The 49ers get the ball first. On the very first play, they come out. Debo and Ayuk are on the sideline. They're on the sideline. They come out with Willie Snead, Ronnie Bell, and I think it was George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk. You have your number 1 and number 2 wide receiver on the sideline to start the second half and complete a 9-yard completion to Willie Snead. Like Shanahan was saying, I don't give a damn who's out there. Who rests their number 1 and number 2 wide receiver on the first play of the second half and still get a 9-yard completion? It's Brock Purdy is molding into this creation that Kyle Shanahan wants, and it's working. It's working to a T. And so, like, we look at, I don't believe that Brock Purdy threw for 2 touchdowns today. Am I wrong on that, Clayton?
I don't believe that you are. I'm going to double check.
One of them was like a shot out wide to CMC, and they counted it as a run play,
that's a rush,
which I was like, I thought we got paid, and we did not. But if you're asking Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't give a damn.
No.
He doesn't care. Because one incompletion, against a division opponent that just beat the Cowboys by however much points, you got to be kidding me. This is exactly what Kyle Shanahan has wanted. You can go all the way back to Cleveland offensive coordinator, Houston Texans offensive coordinator, RG3, Kirk Cousins, Washington offensive coordinator, Falcons to where we are now. He's had Matt Ryan. He's coached MVPs. This is exactly what he has designed. And Brock Purdy, the mind meld, Stranger Things, what's up, fans? The mind meld between Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan, it's at 100%. And I just really, I don't know, the whole time, there was not one time that I felt Brock Purdy's amazing this game, but he was awesome the whole time. But there was also not one play where I said, Brock Purdy is below average. That could not enter into your mindset with what their team did out there on the field today. 1 incomplete pass?
1.
Unbelievable.
It really was a crazy, crazy game, John. I've got Slick68 right here. He's right. And the defense played really well, but the D-line is too darn expensive, John, not to get home today. What were your thoughts on the D-line? I thought they were creating great pressure. They didn't quite get that sack. What'd you see at the stadium?
Yeah, they were not hitting the quarterback. So Jonathan Gannon, everything the Cardinals were doing was get the ball out quick. But they never broke a tackle. They never busted a big play. there were no explosive plays for the Arizona offense. So whatever it is you're trying to do, if you look at Steve Wilks, limit big plays, cause turnovers. You went 1 for 2. You didn't cause any turnovers, but you gave up no big plays whatsoever. And the 2 biggest plays in the entire game, they had a review, and were barely right there. Yes, Hargrave had a sack, but you were not like beating up Josh Dobbs. I do feel like the best defensive player today was Dre Greenlaw. I know I'm biased. That dude was blowing up so many plays. I'd have to look at the tackles. Clayton, I don't know if you could pull up what the total tackles were.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see. Total tackles,
I really felt
64.
like Greenlaw was everywhere.
Oh, you're talking about for Greenlaw. Let's see. 10 total tackles, 8 solo tackles, John. 8.
Good Lord.
Crazy.
That's incredible. Did he lead the team in tackles?
You're never going to believe this, John. Both Dre and Fred Warner had 10 total tackles each, and they each had 8 solo tackles. That's insane.
And I think it was a testament to the defensive game plan to make sure that Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner were a part of everything. And they shut it down, whether it was like short passes underneath. Like, you could not find broken tackles by the Cardinals. Everybody wanted to talk about how, oh my gosh, look at what, James Conner has done to the Cowboys. They had 90 yards rushing first quarter, 188 yards rushing first half, 222 total yards rushing. Not that they had I don't think it was a bad performance, but it wasn't a stellar performance like everybody predicted. So, Clayton, let me ask you this. What were James Conner's final stats rushing? Because I think he hit 40, maybe 45. Where was he
got
at?
A little over 50, John. He had 11 carries for 52 yards. He also caught a pass for 4 yards. Not that makes much of a difference. But for the the critically acclaimed rusher coming into this week, tearing up the Cowboys defense that was so highly regarded through the first 2 weeks of the season until they played the Cardinals last week and obviously lost. He didn't really stand out to me.
No. Yeah, but if you tried to find a Cardinals offensive player that did stand out, you're going to struggle. Mm-hmm. You're going to struggle. And I felt like the biggest play of the entire Arizona Cardinals first half, second half, was when Ambry Thomas was in there. They come out, Steve Wilks runs with Isaiah Oliver, and everything's going well. Just had his birthday. Isaiah Oliver has been balling out. They put in Ambry Thomas, kicked Demo inside. They went back-to-back plays at Ambry Thomas for the 2 biggest plays of the entire offense of performance for the Cardinals. And it was just like, good Lord, that's the one they got the touchdown. And it was just like, golly, why would you do that? Why would you pull Isaiah Oliver and put in Ambry Thomas just to give up a touchdown? And so I put out on Twitter, there is no reason, none whatsoever. If Isaiah Oliver is healthy, Ambry Thomas does not need to see the field. Now, special teams-wise, I did think that Ambry Thomas played well, but I do not want that dude out there. When we're in a nickel set, it needs to be Charvarius Ward, Demo outside, Isaiah Oliver inside, and that's it. There's no rotation there. I feel like it's settled pretty solidly. I don't know if that's the right word to use here. Tell me I'm wrong, Clayton. I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you had to pick Ambry Thomas versus Isaiah Oliver being out there, I really want to know what you guys have to say, because to me, Isaiah Oliver's out of position a lot of times. He plays flat-footed. He's slow to read, but that dude makes plays. I cannot tell you, outside of the Week 18 game against the Rams when he had the interception in overtime, when was the last time Ambry Thomas made a play? I don't know. So am I crazy on that? What are the comments there? Let's talk Isaiah Oliver versus Ambry Thomas.
Yeah, John, I agree with you, and it's tough. I'm rooting for the guy, obviously. He's wearing the red and gold. I got to root for him. But,
right.
Yeah, it's tough seeing 2-0 getting torched every time he's getting put up on a replay. It seemed like he was the momentum is left. ever since that play a couple of years ago. You know the one I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
just kind of gone downhill for him. I'm hoping that he finds his rhythm again and can turn it around. But, yeah, he had a couple of rough plays. You're right, Newt. And hopefully he can bounce back in future weeks. But right now, I think if we would have said 2 weeks ago, hey, let's get Isaiah Oliver out there over Ambry Thomas, you'd probably say I'm crazy. I'd probably say I'm crazy. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, John. So I see a lot of people saying, hey, we need corner help. I've got Juvo here saying, hey, you know what, Ambry, he wasn't that bad. He played all right. But I'm kind of with you, Faithful and Grateful. I think we do need corner help. And is this the spot where we see the Niners maybe dip into that cap space they've got to maybe go after somebody who can help shore up that secondary?
I think ideally, and John Lynch said the same thing, you don't want to spend it. We do have Daryl on the pup.
Lost John there. Oh, there he is.
Oh, we good?
Hey.
All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I got you.
We do have Daryl Luter Jr., who can come off the pup this week. So we got a week before we play the Cowboys. And so it's not necessarily a bye week, but we are playing an inferior opponent at home. I'm not a person that, respects the Cowboys. I do not fear the Cowboys whatsoever. But I would love to see the trade deadline's not until Halloween. We got time. I would rather see what Daryl Luter Jr. could bring to the table than to go spend that money and trade and draft capital and whatever else. I would love to see what Daryl Luter Jr. looks like as an outside corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with Isaiah Oliver. I'm fine with Demo. I am fine with Charvarius Ward. But behind that top three, that's where it gets shaky. I do not believe in Ambry Thomas. I'm sorry. I wanted to. I do not.
Yeah.
I want to see what this kid, Daryl Luter Jr., that you drafted in the 5th round, has to bring. And on top of that, we also, Robert Bill Jr., also 5th round pick, edge rusher out of Georgia. I don't want to rush and I don't want to overpay. I want to see what these young pups have to bring. So I'm going to pump the brakes. We can break glass in case of emergency later on down the road. But right now, I'm just saying right now, we got guys in the house. Let's see what they look like. And I was at every single training camp practice. I'm going to shout out my kiddo.
Hey.
What's up? This is my son, Michael, 15 years old. He worked his ass off today at the tailgate. He crushed it.
God.
He came to the tailgate. He came to all the training camp practices. He saw what Daryl Luter Jr. could do. So that dude's been healthy since day one. This was a Shanahan kind of sneaky, whatever you want to call it. I want to see Daryl Luter Jr. I don't want to trade for anybody else. I want to see that kid. And I called him Pops because he already got kids. He's grown up. He's mature. I want to see what Daryl Luter Jr. can do before you seek any outside help whatsoever at the quarterback position. That's my whole take there.
Yeah, I think that's a good take, John. The skeptical fan in me, and I love Daryl Luter Jr. I loved what we saw on tape over at the 49ersrush.com from his college game tape. My one concern, John, is this dude has not, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if did he get game reps in the preseason? Or
No. He got injured during the rookie mini camp and then was put on IR.
That's
and
what
then
I thought.
The pup and stayed on pup that whole time. So he's been in meetings. He's been in all the whatever coaching, film clinics, whatever else, but he has not practiced. You got to activate the 21-day window. We'll see how the 49ers hold this, but I do not want to seek outside help at all. I don't give a damn. I understand Patrick Surtain's name's been out there. I would love Patrick Surtain.
That'd be
but
insane.
That's like 2 firsts just to get that dude. Then you got to pay him. That's a whole nother can of worms. So I understand the fan base saying Patrick Surtain, but pump the brakes. Because if I am Sean Payton, and I'm not, I'm a much better person than he has ever been. That's just factual. He's got to figure it out, and I don't think he's going to trade one of his 24, 25-year-old studs. Sean Payton's a piece of shit, man. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm sorry. I've had a couple Modelos. I don't care.
Just a few.
I'm sorry. Just a couple. Just a
I'm
couple.
with you, dog. I'm with you.
All right. All right, Clayton. Let's get to a couple more questions.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Then I want to close this out. I'm gonna head back. We got a lot of people heading back to the
let's
car.
do it, baby. Let's do it.
So yeah, let's do this.
I've
You
got
read those
Kiwari
for me
here.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely, I can. I got Kiwari here. Thanks for the comment, my friend. He writes, "Hey, we've got to stop mobile quarterbacks, John. Seriously, we have taken a step when defending the deep ball, but I'm glad that Kyler didn't play today. And you know what, John? We've got Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts coming up. They're on the schedule this year. What did you think about the Niners defending Josh Dobbs running around out there?"
I don't think that you could talk about the 49ers defense stopping or trying to corral Josh Dobbs without talking about Daniel Jones. Last week, they shut him down, a mobile quarterback, completely. This week, I don't know what his rushing totals were, but he got several first downs. Did not convert those into touchdowns, did not convert those into points, but there's a big difference between Josh Dobbs and Lamar Jackson. I think everybody understands that. Kyler Murray, we'll see if he comes back. It was the first time they were tested this year with the mobile quarterback. And so I thought Drake Greenlaw was incredible. Outside of that, we'll have to see. And, we're going to go through the film, and we'll go through every single offensive snap, defensive snap, special team snap on the 49ersrush.com. We're going to go through it on our Patreon page. If you want to check those out, you can see the coaches tape because that gives you all 22, back, end zone, other end zone. You can see everything. We're going to go through the assignments and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm not walking away from this game thinking I'm scared of mobile quarterbacks. How many points did they score? You know what I mean? Like, you hold the team to less than 20 and you score 30 every single week. That's huge.
You'll be
Remember,
all right.
Yeah, you had the largest spread in the entire NFL this week and covered against a divisional opponent that beat the Cowboys last week. Are you kidding me? It's all good things, Clayton.
Yeah, that's something to celebrate, John. And I'm excited for that Cowboys game next week. And I'm sure you are too, Mr. Texas.
We'll be out here,
fun.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say this about the Cowboys game. A couple things. Number one, Wayne is shooting his music video Saturday in San Jose, 9 a.m. at the Devo Mural, which is outside of Shoe Palace in San Jose. Guys, if you could do – this has nothing to do with me. Wayne is us. Support him. Support this dude. It's free. Show up. Have a good time Saturday. It's my wife's birthday.
What?
It's my wife's birthday. I'm going to be out there with Wayne shooting a video because – that is what that dude deserves. Mm-hmm. Now, we got our tailgate. Head over to 49ersrushroadtrip.com. I think you have 2 days before the prices go up. So if you've thought about coming out with us, we're going to sell out that tailgate because I want to make sure that everybody comes, has food, has drinks, has a good time. I'm not one of those people that just wants hundreds and hundreds of people at a tailgate. If I can't serve you food and drinks, I'm cutting the party off. So you got 2 days. I'm telling you right now. 49ers Rush Road Trip. You want to come party with us in Dallas for the Dallas game. It's going to be here in Santa Clara. But you want to tailgate with us, those prices are going to jump up. And we got a lot of people coming out. We're going to be having a great time. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. That's what it is. All right, Clayton, let's get to a couple more questions. Then I got to walk back to the spot and hang out with the peoples just a little bit more before we head over.
Yeah, let's do it, John. I've seen a lot of this, and Ben, I'm going to highlight your comment today. He wants to know if Kyle Shanahan's overusing Christian McCaffrey. What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, 100%. However, Kyle Shanahan's going to say, I remember the Detroit game. I remember the 28-3 Falcons-Patriots game in the Super Bowl, and that shit ain't happening again. So Shanahan's going to say, I want to guarantee the win. And I care more about that than anything else. And he's putting CMC in certain positions. He's running them a little too much. He's using them too much. I mean, shoot. And all the touchdowns today was unbelievable. He could have gave so many of those carries to Jordan Mason. But, yes, I do agree. He's using them too much. But we're 4-0. And at the end of the day, that's where you want to be. We are 4-0. We have won 2 divisional games. We have won 9 consecutive NFC West games. That is nuts, man. So, yes, we're using them too much. However, to this point, it's pretty damn hard to argue against.
Yeah, let's do it. And I've got draw here, and I haven't seen anything on this, John. I don't know if you saw anything out at Levi's, but do we have any injury news following
No,
this
I
game?
haven't seen any of that yet.
I
We'll
didn't
have to
see
hear
anything.
Shanahan's immediate press conference, but even that's not going to tell us a lot about that. We'll hear more about that tomorrow.
And this, John, this just makes me smile. I'm so glad the Niners didn't draft Mac Jones. I don't know if you saw this, John, but Mac Jones was benched against the Cowboys. Patriots put him on the
I
bench.
did not. I did not. I did
They
not.
got,
So this
the
is one
Patriots
of the
got
worst
shellacked.
things. Yeah, this is one of the worst things about running these tailgates and making sure everybody has a good time. Is you got to put football on the back burner, which is okay. You always invest in people above everything else, and I feel like that always comes back. We had a great tailgate. We've got so many amazing people, but I'm not watching all the other stuff that's going on. And I feel like that game, I kept refreshing the box score. I'll go back and watch it probably late tonight whenever I can't sleep, drinking some more Modelo's probably.
Yes, sir.
You swing for the fences. Mac Jones was never a swing for the fence. He was a double at best. I'll say this. I said this in the past. I'll say it again. Trey Lance was a miss. I was the biggest Trey Lance guy that existed. However, Trey Lance could have been a home run. Mac Jones never could have been a triple. And that is why I'm so happy we never got Mac Jones. I want a team that swings for the fences, and you miss, and then guess what? You swing again. Because we are a championship franchise that is trying to achieve greatness. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, I totally agree, John. I mean, I don't think anybody could have predicted the quarterback situation. It's insane to go from the third pick to the last pick. He's throwing passes to other seventh-round picks. It's bizarre, honestly, John. It's crazy. And I want to get out of here on this. Simmons, dude, you're calling it, man. Bang, bang. We're out here, John. We're 4-0. We're 4-0.
I can't remember a time where it felt better to be a 49ers fan. I was at, the Super Bowl. I was at NFC Championships, divisional games, wild card games. Guys, the 49ers are not only 4-0, they have dominated every damn team they played, including 2 of those 4 wins are against divisional opponents. We're going to wrap up this show right now. And I'm going to end this show with the same phrase that I've ended. We're almost to episode 1,000. So I've ended over 800 plus shows the same way. The 49ers have dominated. If you cannot enjoy where we are right now, check yourself. Seriously. If you're not having fun now, what the hell are you waiting for? Niners are in first place. They're undefeated. They have won 2 games against divisional opponents. You've won on the road. You've won at home. I feel like this is like a green eggs and ham skit right now, Clayton.
Yeah.
The Niners win, period.
Again.
Oh, I love it. Clayton, I want to say thank you so much. And to every single other person out there, love you guys. Thank you for all the support. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.